Hello and welcome back to the David67 Celtic News YouTube channel. Today's video going to be a wee preview of the Celtic against Falkirk League Cup quarter-final, which is tomorrow afternoon, Sunday, 3 o'clock kickoff. Game will be live on Premier Sports, and the Celtic Falkirk quarter-final will be preceded by coverage of the Celtic women's side against Vorskla Poltava for those that follow both the men's team and the women's team. So today's video going to be, as I said, a wee preview of the game against Falkirk tomorrow, some stats, my predicted lineup, and one or two wee thoughts regarding how Celtic are going to play things. And a wee update from Brendan Rodgers' press conference yesterday afternoon. Before we do crack on with the video, just as usual, a wee reminder, encouragement, suggestion, if you are new to the channel and you like this video and the general content on the channel and the variety of video types and other content, please do click that subscriber button, keep the numbers pushing further and further past 1,000. If you like the video, please do click that like button, help with YouTube analytics, spreading this video to more Celtic fans and sending the channel to more Celtic fans and football fans, and comment section open for pleasant, polite comments, debate, thoughts, opinions regarding Celtic's chances tomorrow, my predicted lineup, my predicted score, and any other Celtic related issues at the moment. So Celtic go in full of confidence for a quarter-final against Falkirk. As I said, live on Premier Sports, 3 o'clock kickoff. Celtic going in full of confidence from the amazing 5-1 thumping of Slovan Bratislava from Wednesday, leaving us second in Europe as things stand in the big Champions League table. And we are, of course, unbeaten in the league. No goals conceded so far in the Scottish Premiership, and our other game this season was that 3-1 win against Hibs. My own thoughts regarding the game on Sunday is that Celtic should use this as an opportunity to give several players their first team debuts, and also to rest and rotate some of the squad, give a few of our best players a wee rest on the bench, and bring in some other players to give them match experience, match fitness, as I think it's going to be very important over this season, especially if we continue to do really well in the Champions League, for us to rest and rotate. Now that there isn't any real reserve team football, any players who are more squad players and players primarily on the bench, they can go weeks and weeks without any actual first team match experience other than in training games, and so I think it's very important that players such as Ralston, Trusty, Valley, McCowan, Paulo Bernardo, Luis Palma, Ida, Forrest, etc., all get a chance at regular games. Coming off the bench is a reasonable substitute for full games, but it can be very difficult if you're coming off the bench for 10 minutes here and 5 minutes there and 20 minutes there, as was the case with O last season and was the case for Luis Palma and Paulo Bernardo in particular last season. So I do think it's a chance for Brendan Rodgers to give a few players a bit of rest and to bring in some players for their first Celtic game. And so my suggestion for Celtic's lineup tomorrow would be Viljami Sinisalo in goals, right back Anthony Ralston, with in central defence Austin Trusty and Liam Scales, and at left back Alex Valley. In midfield, I'd go with Callum McGregor starting, simply to give that solidity and experience and captaincy focus that McGregor can give. Also midfield, I'd go for Paulo Bernardo and Luke McCowan. Out wide on the right, James Forrest. Out wide on the left, Luis Palma. And through the middle as a striker, Adam Ida. This gives obviously players such as Engels, Hitati, and Kyogo a nice rest. Similarly, Greg Taylor and Kasper Schmeichel. And it was significant that both Alice Johnston and Cameron Carter-Vickers were given the day off from training yesterday. As you may remember, they both had an elongated summer with the Copa America, with both of them being on international duty deep into our early pre-season. And in essence, Alice Johnson went straight from the fourth playoff in the Copa America with Canada, a couple of weeks off, and then straight into the first game of the season against Kilmarnock. And so, not surprisingly, both Carter-Vickers and Johnson have been given Friday off from training, and for that reason, I don't see them either being in the starting lineup for the Sunday game against Falkirk. Looking at some stats, Falkirk haven't beaten Celtic for 17 years. It was a 1-0 win for Falkirk in March 2007. Interestingly, Kasper Schmeichel was playing for Falkirk that day on loan, and he saved a Craig Beattie penalty that helped secure the 1-0 win for Falkirk. Since that time, Celtic have played Falkirk 12 more times, 10 wins, 2 draws and no defeats. Falkirk are currently on a 43-match unbeaten league run, a combination of last year in the Scottish First Division and now into the Scottish Championship. And looking at Falkirk's last 10 games, they've got 8 wins and 2 defeats and no draws. Those defeats being both in cup matches. And Celtic have a run of 10 wins in a row. That's a combination of the Premiership and the League Cup game against Hibs and the pre-season friendlies. So clearly Falkirk have been a very successful team at a lower level. They've pulled off a couple of shocks in the League Cups so far, but I do not expect that to be the case tomorrow in Sunday's quarter-final. I suspect Celtic are going to win very comfortably. I'm going to go for a 4-0 win. And I think it's also, as I said earlier, going to give several of the backup players and squad players a very important game to make their debut, and also to get some match fitness and match practice, and also give a few of our other players a bit of a rest, with most of them being available to come off the bench. As things stand, there's no other sort of Celtic news to update on at the time of the recording, and so we'll leave things at that point. Just a wee reminder and encouragement as we finish the video: if you are new to the channel and not yet subscribed, please do click that subscriber button. Keep the numbers pushing past 1,000. If you like the video, please do click that like button, and the comment section, as it always is, open for pleasant, polite debating points, thoughts, comments regarding the video, regarding Celtic's game against Falkirk, what your predicted lineup is, what your predicted score, all those things, all very gratefully received, and any other Celtic issues. I'll be doing a post-match review video on Monday morning of the Celtic Falkirk game, and so until then, good luck Celtic in your quarter-final against Falkirk on Sunday. Goodbye and hail, hail.